This isn't the most technical build, but I needed a sheep farm and I like the way it turned out, so I thought I'd make a video about it. The sheep farm itself is pretty typical. It's everybody's design. Sheep eats the grass, the observer rather detects the grass and then activates the shears, and then a hopper minecart running underneath grabs all the wool and takes it to a sorter that divides it up into one of 16 color-coded shulker boxes, and then you grab your wool from there. So if I need blue wool, go there. Need brown wool, go here. And then if I come to the system with excess wool, so let's say I come back to the sheep farm and I have some wool in my inventory. I'll take some cyan, for example. And let's say the cyan shulker is full, then you wouldn't be able to put any of this in here. So you put it in this overflow receptacle, and that sends it down into the system, and it'll put it back in here so that you can see with the white over here. I'll show. If I pull a stack out, it starts refilling that stack. And so now that I can't put this white back, I mean I can put a little bit of it back, but there are 25 pieces of it that can't go back. So stick it in there and that'll put it back into the system. There's also a full indicator, so there's only so much back stock, so to speak. So if I keep pulling white out of here, eventually we'll obviously run out of white, and there's no infinite inventory, so this thing does eventually fill up, and when it does, it sends a signal back to tell the system to stop shearing sheep. So this cell, for example, orange is completely full, and so the orange sheep no longer gets sheared. He just ate some grass and then did not get sheared. The one exception to that being white, black, and brown and, well, that's dark gray. White, dark gray, brown, and black at the very ends. These are the only 4 colors you can trade with villagers, so I go through it a lot faster than any of these other colors, which cannot be traded with villagers. So these 2 outermost colors don't ever turn off. Instead, once they're full, they get rerouted to a shulker box loader and then sent off to bulk storage. And you can wire that up really however you want. If you don't use shulker box loaders, then you can just have it go to bulk storage somewhere else. Maybe put something in the basement. I don't know. Send it wherever you want. So we'll take a look at how it works. The redstone for the sheep shearing is not new. This is an old design. The sheep eat the grass, and the observer, right there. It just happened. And then once the container is full, the signal comes down here and turns on that redstone torch, which holds that guy on, and it'll no longer work. You can no longer shear the grass. So that's how it detects that the system is full. As for the overflow, it's just hoppers that are arranged so that once full, they spill over. So as the wool comes down here, they would go all the way down into the shulker box, white in this case. But once white backs up into this hopper and then fills up this hopper, it overflows this way into your bulk storage, which is out this row here. So you can see white would overflow to this hopper, all the way over to this dispenser, and then it'll get shot out into the water stream and carried off to your bulk storage. And then on the other side, same thing. This is for the other 2 colors on the other side. They get shot out here, and you would connect this off to your bulk storage somewhere else, or a shulker box loader or something. And then for all the other colors, instead of overflowing, if they back up into this hopper here, this comparator activates. There's a redstone block next to it so that it only activates when this is completely full. Once this is completely full, that guy activates and sends a signal down here. Let's see if we can show that. That activates, turns off this torch, which comes over here and turns off that turns on that torch, which freezes the dispenser there. Do that there. Now that can no longer trigger. This observer will send a signal into this block and it won't do anything because the block is already powered. I'll put that back. And that's it. Really simple. All 16 colors, 4 here on either side, and the other 4 along here and here. 4, 8, 12, 16. And then all 16 colors arranged here with your return receptacle in the middle. All of them with overflow protection so they don't fill up, and the cells deactivate when they're overflowing, or when they're full rather. And then these 4 colors, which you use for trading, will never overflow. Instead they, or never back up anyway, instead they reroute to your bulk storage. There's only one flaw really with this design. Well, I'm sure there's others, but the major one I see is the way I've designed it aesthetically, the aesthetic choice I made here prohibits me from putting any way of resupplying dispensers with shears. So once these are out, they're out, and you have to manually come back here and replace all the shears. But that's really rare. It goes a long time before you have to replace the shears, so not too bad. Hasn't bothered me. And then the other issue is if this guy fills up, you can see these share a block. So when that sheep eats its grass, it sends a signal over here activating both of these dispensers. If this guy doesn't need to be sheared, nothing happens, and it's no big deal. But the downside is once this is full, this one on the left is full, it continues running because it's all or nothing. I can only deactivate both of these or neither of them. So I flipped a coin, and when this one's full, it'll deactivate. When this one's full, it'll just keep going. And you'll lose a little bit of wool. I mean, big deal. It'll despawn eventually anyway. But so it's not perfect, but it works, and it's pretty cool.